This is brutal power wrapped in an elegant machine.
In this last video, I just want to show you how the payments process works. We integrated with Thoroughbred Payments for seamless end-to-end invoicing and owner payments, as well as reconciliation at the end. So we've obviously done all of our statements here. You can see the status of those statements, whether they've been seen, partially paid, sent, or created and not sent, as well as paid. So there's a couple of ways these guys can pay. They'll be emailed with these invoices. If we go to Paul McCartney, you can see that they'll see this statement. All of your information is there. There's a cover sheet, and then there's obviously the itemized invoice down here. They can choose to pay via EFT payments, or they can click on the Pay Now button, which also appears in their email. And the other thing too is that we always take the outstanding amount, like the maximum. That's also can be edited by the user, but we always try and get them to pay the total amount. So they can come here and pay using credit card as a one-off. We also set up so that we can take direct debit, either via credit card or EFT, but this is for a one-off payment. And just realised that's in the wrong spot. Pay. That will then be processed by Thoroughbred. So that's been paid. That now goes through the standard process for payment. You can see that the status now changed to seen here, and once the payments comes back through via Thoroughbred, that'll change to paid, and then it'll also update 0. The other way to see or take payments is through traditional EFT, in which case it'll go into your bank account and then you'll reconcile it through 0. So it'll come through, there'll be this reconcile page, and the reconciliation via 0 is really good. What it does is it matches all of your invoices that are already in there. So in this one I've already paid with Paul, but it's assume that was also paid via EFT. That came across. It'll match up the amount that came in against any outstanding invoices, and you simply click OK. That will then put that invoice into the paid category. So it's taken out of there, put it into the paid section. So that's reconciled the invoice and reconciled your bank account, and then that'll also in Prism mark it off as paid, which I'll show you in a sec. And the other way to do it is if you do get these other items, which is a part payment from Ringo here. So his outstanding bill is $787, but he's only paid $250. And when these are paid, we basically when it's via credit card or direct debit, we actually let you know via a push notification and an email which ones have actually been paid and come through. So this has gone into your bank account. You then just go down to Ringo Stars, click on that, and split it. So splitting is when it's a part payment. It'll allocate the $250 against that invoice, split, so that can now be matched. You can see that the balance is there. Click OK. This one here is when the invoice is paid in full, but because Xero has to split the invoices into 2 horses, you then need to go into here and basically find 2 again, and that matches up, and that will then reconcile those 2 invoices as well. So you'll see all of those in the invoices section, you can see the part payment by Ringo down here. It's 250 and 573. You can see in the paid, that one was paid and those two were paid. So then when you are back in Prism, you can see that that also marks those ones as paid, that one as paid, and Ringo's as partially paid. So you're getting that two-way sync. And so that's kind of how it all sort of comes together. It's a really it's a unique tool. It'll save you a lot of time just in chasing up invoices and making sure that they're paid. And it closes that loop on everything to ensure that this is the only platform that you really need to manage your entire stable. If you've got any questions, as always, send us an email to support@prism.horse. Thanks.